Hi, welcome to another video. My name is Ilse and today I am going to bring you my August and September wrap-up. I am so sorry that I don't give you my August wrap-up. It's because there was a lot of things going on and I was sick and work and just basically life happened. But here I am and I'm just briefly going to tell you how many books I read in August, and I'm just going to go ahead and go with September, which is current month or the month that just passed kind of thing. So yeah, I don't want to make this video really long, so I'm just gonna go and get started. So the first book that I read in August was Silver Shadows by Richelle Mead. This is the 5th book in the Bloodline series, and I cannot really tell you a lot about it, mostly because, well, I can't. I'm just gonna tell you that it was intense and it was hard to read, but it was beautiful at the same time. A lot of people didn't really like it, but I did. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, so yeah. The next book I read was More Than Music by Elizabeth Briggs, and this is a new adult book, which is kind of like not a retelling, but it's kind of based on The Voice in a way, but except this was like more like a band. And it was cool, but there wasn't really much I could work with. It was kind of pretty straightforward, really fast-paced, and there was some parts that really got my heart racing, but then other than that, it wasn't really what I expected. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. The next book I've been waiting for, well, not really that much because, well, yeah. I read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and this book I adored, I loved. Not as much as maybe Someday or Hopeless or Slam, but still I really wasn't disappointed with Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is one of my favorite authors, and Ugly Love was just amazing. It was really heart-wrenching. And Ugly Love is about a girl named Tate who is in infirmary school or nursing school. She moves in with her brother Corbin, but well, she meets Miles, and Miles and her feel this attraction, so they start this kind of friends with benefits because they don't really want a relationship. So yeah, you can guess where that can lead to, because well, friends with benefit relationships don't really work, at least for me. So not that I tried, but just saying. The next book that I read is the final book of the Lux series, and it's Opposition by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I am in love with this book. I did enjoy it, but not as much as I liked Origin or the previous ones, but Opposition was so good. It was so hard to finish it because it was the end of an amazing series, and if you have not read it, you need to get on reading the Deluxe series. You're gonna love it. The characters are amazing, the writing is awesome, it's really fast-paced, it's action-packed and amazing, so just go and read it. The next book that I read is The Leopard Vanguard by T.A. Honor. This was actually sent to me for honest review on Goodreads, and I loved it. It was amazing. It's kind of like, has a lot of history, fantasy type of thing, and it's amazing, and I think you guys should check it out. So the next set of books are actually like a series / companion novels or spin-offs, I guess you could say, but I am addicted to the series, and it's actually called the Addicted series by Kristen Becker Ritchie. So I first read Addicted to You, which it's about 2 addicts. The girl, it's actually Lily, is addicted to sex, and Lauren, I guess you could say, is addicted to alcohol. They're best friends since childhood, and they've been kind of like, hiding each other's secrets for a long time. And well, obviously during this time they kind of develop feelings, but they don't want to, kind of thing, and everything just goes down the drain. And I think you guys should read them. I really highly recommend it. It's new adult, so there's a little explicit content, but like the issues are really awesome. I am in love with the series. So it's Addicted to You, Ricochet, an addicted novel. It's kind of like in between, but it's like a really long novel. And then it's Addicted for Now, and then they tell you to go ahead and read the spin-off series, with the sisters of Lily, which is Kiss the Sky with Rose and Connor, and then there is Hot House Flower, which is I think my favorite of the spin-off because I love Reich and Daisy are just, I've been shipping them since like Ricochet, and I am just. And then I went and read Thrive, which is kind of like the next novel-ish type thing. And yeah, those are the Addicted series. Those are the books that I read in August. Now, the books that I read in September, which is now currently, so yeah. So the first book that I read in September is 4 by Veronica Roth, a Divergent Collection. And I read this really quickly, actually. I enjoyed it. I read the first one when it was just like individual, and I loved it. And then I read the rest, and I absolutely loved it. It was kind of like a retelling in a way of Divergent, or when it went to Divergent and several other parts, and it just made me fall in love more with 4 as a character, and me to love Tris and 4 as a couple. And I cannot tell you how happy I am about this, because I am in love with 4 and I am in love with everything about Veronica Roth and this trilogy. If you guys cannot tell by now, Divergent is one of my probably my #1 dystopian series, novels, trilogy ever. I love it, and yeah, I'm just gonna stop now. The next book that I read is actually a book that I've been waiting anxiously for. Is One More Chance by Abby Glines. This is a spin-off series. Well, not a spin-off series, yeah, it's a spin-off series because it's kind of like a companion with another series, and it just the series is really long. So I cannot really tell you because there's another book before this about this couple, so yeah, but I think I gave this book a 4.5 or a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads because I am in love with this couple. So yeah. The next book I've been dying to read it, mostly because I just love her writing. She's, I think, one of my favorite authors is Stay With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout, or Jalen, her pen name. I am in love with this series, and I cannot just tell you how amazing this one. I mean, this is like her longest book yet in this series. I think it's a Wait For You series, and it was just so amazingly good. I couldn't stop reading. I think I finished it in like less than 24 hours. It was just really good and fast-paced, and I loved everything about this. I cannot tell you, so just go ahead and check them out, please. I gave this a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads, so yeah. The next book that I read is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and I took like 2 weeks to finish this baby because it is long, but I took too long because I just couldn't get into the story for some reason. I actually still do not know how I feel about this book. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like my favorite thing in the world. Firstly, I was really thrown off by how many perspectives there were, and it was just really weird. If you guys do not know, The Fifth Way is the first book in the Fifth Way trilogy. I guess it is. It's a trilogy. And it's about a girl named Cassie who is in a post-apocalyptic world where aliens have taken over, I guess you could say, and is basically bad. That's the premise of I'm giving you, because I'm like I said, I'm still confused how I feel about it. I gave it a 4.8 or not 4.8, a 4.54 stars on Goodreads because I really did not know how to rate this book. Like I said, I enjoyed some parts. I was really glad I read it though. I actually could tell, like, even without, like, I don't know how you can say it. I could tell what was going on. Like, I was like, I knew that. I knew him. I knew this. I knew that. They were really predictable, at least for me. They were pretty predictable things in it. So some parts were not really a shocker to me. So I don't know if that's what ruined it for me. Like the hype, maybe. Oh, I forgot to say what other book I read in September. I actually finished this. I finished it. I read this like I finished this at the beginning of September, and in August I started it. And I read this finally. I gave it a 4 out of 5 for Goodreads. It wasn't really that great for me. It took me a long time to get into it for some reason. I think I was very confused by like the flashbacks, a lot of flashbacks going on. But once I got into the story, it was really exciting. I give this a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it wasn't that great for me. Maybe the hype was what ruined it for me, but I didn't cry during reading this, but I did cry watching the movie. So yeah. So if you guys do not know what If a Stay is about a girl named Mia who feels very out of place in her family, a very musical family, because all of her family is like rockish type of thing, and she plays cello, classical music. And well, when they're out on outing, I guess, they suffer a tragic accident, and the only one that survives is Mia. And she's having like an out-of-body experience, and she has to decide, well, if she stays or if she goes. So that's basically what this book is about. The next book that I finished, I guess you could say, is Faking It by Cora Carmack. I read Losing It back, I don't know if it was June, July, I have no idea. I read it really early in the year, and I did not know if I was going to continue with the series. It's kind of like companion, there's other companion books with it. I did not know if I was going to read it, but I decided why not. I wanted a really quick new adult type read, and this is what I needed, to be honest. It was quick, funny. I actually laughed a lot at this book, and I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars or a 5. I don't know, it's either that. It was really fun to read. I really loved the couple, and there were some issues going on in there, and I really liked it. So yeah, I know the month is not finished yet, but right now, if you're interested, I am currently reading Panic, and I'm already 100 pages in. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I'm having mixed feelings right now, but I'm gonna continue reading that. But I'm going to continue reading to see where this goes. So that was my August/September wrap up. Please tell me in the comments down below if you've read anything from what I've read this past couple of weeks, months, I guess. And yeah, we should discuss whatever, I don't know, blah. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, to favorite, like this video, and if you want to talk to me or get in touch with me, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have Tumblr, and what else? And Goodreads. So yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye!